where he talks about a, I can't remember there'll probably be a video with it, but yeah, just breaking the law when he's with somebody. The evidence on this guy is stacked terribly. So there's that leak from a song that is unreleased talking about breaking the law. There's another um what's it called? Dry snitch from okay, trying to well, there's just a bunch. There's an interview he did. I'm trying to remember them, but there's an interview he did where he talks about being a detective, working on a manga series, being a detective, and trying to solve the crimes that his alter ego commits. There are music videos where he's shown with girls that look ridiculously similar to Celeste. There's a song that was unreleased called Celeste, and things just are not looking good for this guy. His latest album, the one that he was going on tour for, was released on her birthday. And all the imagery that he's been showing throughout, again, the music videos with girls being killed and put in trunks, not looking good. You have the imagery from the concerts where it's like coffins with blood. Some of the merch he was wearing or selling actually would look like t-shirts after somebody committed a murder. They're just like bloody and everything, which has been pulled down after this entire thing has come out. So yeah, basically it was just not, he's not painting a pretty image. This is just a bunch of dry snitching. But again, aside from the police raiding his Los Angeles and Texas house to collect evidence, they have not like officially listed him as a suspect. All of this is just speculation from us, the people. But again, innocent until proven guilty. This is not France. But let's see. Anyway, yeah, you guys let me know what you think on this case. We'll definitely be keeping you up to date on all of this. And one of the conversations that had been coming up, and this is something that we also face in Kenya, that thing of everybody right now is willing to help this girl. Like, the people, there was a GoFundMe for the funeral, guys have donated, everybody's so interested in advertising this. But her brother says that with DMs that were leaked from him and a friend, about how he had gone to the police about this case, but without evidence, they didn't take him seriously. On top of that, um, oh, let me get this. So yeah, there was his brother going to the police. There were videos showing David paying kids off, other kids in her high school, not to snitch on their relationship, which again, I think is some sort of solicitation. In my opinion, I would need somebody who actually knows the law to confirm that. And yeah, this is just getting out of hand. And as I mentioned, also the TMZ interview with her ex-boyfriend talking about her home life, which yeah, this putting all that together just paints a picture of somebody who took advantage of somebody at their lowest and when they were the most vulnerable. Well, again, let me know what you think in the opinion. Hey, in the opinions, yeah, in the opinion section, the comments. Jeez. Well, yeah. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this entire thing. And oof, yeah, tell me what do you think. Do you think this guy is going to jail? I really think it's not looking good for him. The only saving grace is, as I mentioned, if the car was stolen. But the fact that it wasn't reported as stolen, it's not looking good. Moving on. Cardi B, after she released her new album, she has been on a couple of interviews, a couple of rants. The promotion for the album was very unique, I'd say. She was basically going around and saying about the label isn't paying her enough. I mean, this is her second album, and this is after 7 years of taking care of her kids and everything. But dang, I'm forgetting her name. There's another rapper that dissed her. Who was it? Oh, no. Anyway, when I get the name, I'll tell you. But she dissed her and they had a little back and forth. Cardi B naturally came out on top. And she was also explaining about how she doesn't really need to enter a rap battle because her career is so stable that she doesn't need to drop music as consistent, but she will be relevant. She will stay relevant. And that is for a fact. Even if it's not through music, which is she'll just drop a couple of singles here and there, or some maybe major collaborations. She's always managed to stay in the news. If it's not the drama with her baby daddy after the breakup, and moving on with and Stephon Diggs and everything, and they're allegedly expecting a child together, which I don't know if you've seen how messy that diagram is. Because now Cardi B is allegedly having a child with Stephon Diggs. His brother, also an NFL player, they allegedly also share a baby mama. And his story goes way, way, way deeper than that. There are a lot of accusations that have been coming about him recently, which, yeah, again, not my place to speculate. Nothing has been proven, so not my opinion. Um, hmm I'm trying to find that baby mama tree so I can explain this to you guys properly. But yeah, basically from the understanding, Bow Wow, Future, Offset, Stuff on Digs, Stay on Digs, um, their kids are all cousins. And it was a very nice chart that was done. I'm trying to find it. Because it involved a lot. Oh, guys, I am not finding the post. But yeah, a lot of basically it was just arranging for us the way all these celebrities, because of the baby mamas shared between Future and Offset, at least him and one of his kids are cousins, step cousins. If that baby that's had with Stephon Diggs, he would allegedly, that would be Offset's kids step half half brother, because they would share a mom. And yeah, it's just a whole entire mess. I think I'll just post the thing and you guys can go through it. But as I was saying, Cardi B also mentioned that like her and Offset are just separated and they're not officially divorced. And one of the reasons, and she didn't mention it, she always says that they will always have a good relationship and a close relationship because of all the work and effort they've put in together into their years of marriage, into their respective careers. And she basically, again, didn't mention, but I guess we all know who, mentioned that the reason why they're officially not divorced yet is because, again, as I said, her career is a lot more prosperous. She can be out of the game for 7 years, come back with an album, and still be as relevant. So she is making more money than him. So if they do get divorced, she's the one who's going to have to pay alimony. And knowing how dedicated Offset is with his kids, remember his, I believe, no, his second last studio album, but I guess, the debut after breaking up with the Migos, Father of Four, just, shows how dedicated he is to his family. And there are a lot of opinions on this, of course. A lot of guys are like, why should, there's, of course, the classic case of why should she have to pay alimony? She's the woman. But there's also the case of she does make more money. And even she has come out and said that during her career, there's a lot that Offset did do for her, and she can't deny it. To the point of people had been, taking money from her and stealing money from her, just taking advantage because she didn't manage, what's it called? She wasn't managing herself, first of all. And, she wasn't really reading too much into the books as long as the checks were coming in. You'd find that people had been stealing a lot of money from her. When they got together, he went and sorted that out. And he was being managed by, I believe it's XQC management. And that's where he was also being managed, so he probably got the connect for that. She also talks about times where people in the streets or at award shows and all try to step to her, or and Offset comes and checks them. So she always says she's always had they will always have a really good relationship and a good connection. And she said that also throughout the entire relationship, throughout the multiple times he cheated and took her back, she had been faithful. She also mentions that she couldn't have cheated because her security that Offset organized and paid for was always there. And because he was the one giving the check, of course they would have probably snitched on her. So let me know again what you guys think. Should she be the one who has to pay alimony? Shouldn't she? Do you think it's fair? Is it unfair? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, coming a bit back, local. One, there was Vicmas Luodola, Mr. Banco Tooch, Mr. Ketch Ketch, who was here a couple of weeks ago. We were celebrating the release, the 10-year anniversary of Banco Tooch. And a few weeks ago, a few weeks, days even actually, maybe last week, he got a new, yeah, it was actually last week, 28th of September. And yeah, there was a lot of, fire on the internet. A man who's not new to controversy, but a lot of people, he named her Crystal Palace Akinyi. And, this was shared through a video and a photo. And yeah, let me get this. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. This is actually set up very well. I don't want to say the website, but the interview, like the way these guys are writing, is not, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, a man that's not really new to controversy. I'd hope to get a chance to ask him, why he did it. But I think a name is a name. I think it's just the fact that it's a football team and people are thinking it's Crystal Palace. I think it's just Crystal is the first name, Palace is the second name, and Akini is her third name. But I'm open to be corrected. I do not know if that's the way it is. But yeah, Vicmas, please let us know. The internet has been on fire recently. And yeah, also in local news, Calligraph, a new documentary was dropped on YouTube titled The Curse of Calligraph Jones. And it's basically just going into his career. And I guess this is the same thing that happened with Drake, where whenever he gives an artist a feature, guys are like, oh, he's just here to, jack their style and now use that for his own, what's it called? His own profit and everything. And it got to a point where both of them, well, not both, Drake never stopped, going to different cultures and, exploring his style. Calligraph at some point said he was actually going to stop because, like, yeah, it was kind of offensive to be saying that, he's just going there to jack his style when he was honestly like maybe he enjoyed the music and just was like, you know what, let me give back to the community and give a feature to these guys. And maybe and that's, I mean, what he says. So the video basically goes down and breaks down the different artists which he's collaborated with and how after the collaboration, they've either, a lot of their careers have gone down the drain, or signing to his label has, yeah, caused, well, not caused would be a very bad word, but after joining, they end up passing and boom. Yeah, of course, guys are he's the one taking the blame of it. Again, let me get the name of this artist. But yeah, so just that entire story and everything. They say that he didn't attend the funeral. And yeah, they were basically saying that even when guys are featured on the Cali Cartel ciphers, which I'd say has really, put a lot of guys in the limelight, immediately after that, they end up disappearing, which could be the set to their own management and how they manage their careers after that. Because, all bro did was just give you a feature. You can't blame him for everything that happened after that. That's on you as well. If you've been shown the door and you're able to walk through the door, then how you go beyond there, I guess, is up to you. You've just been given the leverage, the stepping stone. But again, this is another one that's also very controversial because again, recently after Octopizzo's comments on, can't remember which radio, on, yeah, was it? Can't remember which radio station. But after those comments, there were, the, was it Kiss? I think it was Kiss, yeah, on the morning show on Kiss, Octopizzo, where the comments he made again now blew up. But it's something that, those are comments that he's been making for years now, and there's that beef that they've been going on. And he ended up talking about this the fashion sense of Kenyan artists and how they go represent themselves out there. And of course, people took it that he was taking shots at Calligraph, especially when he started talking about the different colored Timberlands and wearing sweatpants all the time. And from there, Rapture the Scientist, popular comedian and podcaster, former radio presenter, took that story and also gave his 2 cents about it. And now that started off, I guess, a mini beef between him and Calligraph, Calligraph also making jokes at Rapture's expense. And it just became an entire thing, at the Ikonini podcast as well, with him seeming to have departed, but still continuing with the Cheesy podcast on his own channel. And yeah, so I guess maybe, and one thing that Calligraph said is that when Rapture made the comments is that, what, he's going to give him his moment, his breakthrough moment. And he was like, all you have to do to make it these days is mention Calligraph. And it's a pretty accurate claim, honestly, because controversy is what sells in this country, sadly. But yeah, again, let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you think was right? Yeah. Anyway, I guess wrapping up over here. Personally, as you can hear, my voice is sounding terrible. I am still sick. I guess quick fire. We might be having Sassy Young Thug coming back. He posted a photo of him with a kissy face and wearing what looked like a corset, but it was probably just an overall. And what else? Nicole Kidman and her husband. What's his homie's name? Jeez. Oh yeah, Keith Urban filed for divorce a few days ago, and I believe by today morning they have settled it. They've basically settled the agreements of their divorce, and yeah, let's see what's happened with the Diddy case. I think those are the two most important ones. Anyway, yeah, let's just see what happens with the Diddy case. Stay tuned for more updates on the David story. We also want to see how that ends, genuinely. There have been a couple of cases of serial killers even after the body was found in the car. Another body was found in the Los Angeles area. In Texas, again, there have been like 18 murders so far. Basically the South, there have been a bunch of murders. So you might have a serial killer on the loose. I'm not saying that with excitement, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. I need to drink some hot water. My throat is out. Pause. But